Well, now you've seen the basic kata the way that I do it. There's many versions of the kata, so you may have your own, which is perfectly fine. If you see things that I'm talking about that you can use in your kata, then feel free to take it. If you like the way I'm doing mine and you want to copy it, feel free to do that. First point I want to make is the Naihanchi stance. So it's not a true Kibadachi. A Naihanchi stance is a little higher, okay? And it's set up so that you can drive your power down through your knee to your big toes. So that's the way this is set up. So it's coming down in that area. So I'm coming down right through there. So I'm not in a true Kibadachi. I'm up here like this, driving down those knees to the big toe. Okay? So that's important. Now, question, do I roll my hips under or do I leave my hips neutral? I leave my hips neutral. Okay? I don't push my butt back, but I keep it in a neutral position. I do not tuck under. All right? When you tuck under, it shifts your weight onto your heels and it breaks your posture. So the key thing here is posture in this overall situation. So we want to make sure that we have good posture. So what I'm going to do is take various parts of the kata, talk about the posture, and what I call positions of strength or balance. Okay? So if we look at at the opening of the kata, all right, and we come here, all right, when we come into this position, what's really important is my two uncles, Tony Chin and Chinito. Right? So here's what I mean. Toe, knee is a little bit behind the toes, chin is a little bit behind there. Okay, same thing now. Chin, knee, toe. So I want to make sure that I don't have my knees in front of my toes. I don't want to have my chin in front of my knees or my toes. Okay? So chin, knee, toes. Always, so toes a little further out, knees slightly back, chin just slightly back a little bit from that. This is a position you shouldn't have a lot of strength or posture or balance in. But the thing is if you do it right, you do have more than what you realize, okay? So you can test that. It's not that you can't be pushed over, it's just that you don't want to be a wobbling tower. This angle right here, though, is very important. This angle that it makes is a real important angle. We use that same angle for our down strikes, okay? We use that same angle in our double position, and that's important to explain. So can I get you for a second? So with Junior, I'm going to show a little bit of what I mean here. So if Junior just stands in natural position, okay, and he gives me his arm, okay, and let's put it, just make a fist, that'll make it easier to work with. We put it right here at less than that, oh, I don't know, what is that, gosh, that's probably what, I don't know, 25-degree angle, whatever it is. The only way to find it on each individual body is to test like what I'm doing now. So if he tries to hold his fist in this position and I move it around, I can move it very easily, so resist me. I can move it very easily, and look at what it does to his posture. So as he tries to resist me, it breaks his balance. He has a hard time doing that. Now if we're past that position and he tightens up and he tries to resist me again also, see, it's easy for me to break his balance, okay? All right, now if we get it in this area, which is probably where he's strongest, it's not that I can't move his arm, but watch the difference in the way his body responds. Notice it's much easier to take him off balance. Again, compare. Too low, okay? Watch, resist. See how his body sways? It's easy for me to move him off balance, okay? Too much, okay? So easy for me to move him off balance. Right in about the right area. His body responds better. I have to work really, really hard to get him off balance, okay? That's what I mean by a position of strength. It's a natural area where you have good posture, you can use good strength, but the reason why is because your body responds as a total unit, okay? So give me a little room here. I'll tell you what, you can step off, I'll pull you back on as I need you. So boom, we're here. Foot turns out. So again, same thing. Are we thinking about toe, knee, and chin, okay? Are we in a good position where we get the maximum that we can out of this position? All right, and we step across. Well, we've got to think about weight drops here. So when I turn this foot out and I drop, so I'm dropping my weight a little bit, okay? As I come across, I have to shift my weight from this leg, right? Because I shift it into this leg so I can move this foot. And then I come across and I have to shift my weight here. So weight shifts are important because that's a way to be able to use energy. Can I borrow you again? Okay, so turn sideways for me. So we'll put him in that position of strength so he can resist. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, not that I would ever do this in real life, but watch. When I turn off this side, I drop my weight. Okay, I shift my weight. I shift my weight again. All right, and I'm able to move him even though he's resisting me by simply stepping and shifting my weight from foot to foot. So it's important to realize that when you're starting the kata and you're doing that, all these little elements are important. Okay, so we're here, boom, step out, shifting our weight, we're here. Big shift with a little drop, okay? So that's a real important one. So if you think about, can I borrow you for a second? It doesn't necessarily have to always be going into somebody, it could be moving away from somebody. So just to give you, for instance, of how that energy could be used. If I step and drop, okay, and notice I'm trying not to use my arms a lot here, I'm just keeping them right here. So if I step and drop, I get a lot out of that. Now I add my arm motion to it, and I turn from there, I turn into an arm bar. I have a lot that I'm using my body shifting of weight and dropping of weight to get there, okay? So, now, positions of weakness. Definitely when you're in this position, this is a really weak area for your arm, out here like this. My personal opinion is that the strike is happening right about here on the 45, and that this continues for purposes of the way the kata looks, okay? So I'll show you what I mean. If I was striking his arm at this point, and I try to apply any force to it, and I'm turned completely sideways, I can't do anything, all right? But if I put him here on a 45, now I've got the ability to move him, okay? So watch again. I'm here, pushing, nothing. Notice I'm going off posture and balance, okay? So here, now I can move him from in this position. This is an area of strength. So now if I add that to dropping my weight when I'm doing that, so I'm not saying this is how you strike, I'm saying my arm is strong in this position. So if the strike was happening, stay where you were, using your shoulder, okay? So when I'm here, if my strike happens here, I'm in good relationship. This is follow through, okay? The other reason why I point this out is there's an entry line that I give somebody if I'm like this. And show them the entry line. Take my back. That, okay? So having that long axis like this opens you up, okay? If I'm here on a 45, even though my chest here and I've got a 45-degree relationship, if he goes to take my back, it's easy to defend it, okay? Just bend the arm with it, no problem. If I try to do that when I'm long here, it doesn't matter, he's still got me, okay? All right, thank you. Please help us continue to bring you some great videos by subscribing to our channel and sharing our videos.